first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It was Sebastian Joseph who got him down defensively. Well, Derrick Henry, he wound up finishing 7th in the league in rushing, 1,059 yards. But, gosh, he got nearly a quarter of those in Week 14.
Yeah, it took a while for him to get going this year and the Titans to get going utilizing him because he was averaging less than 40 yards a game until Week 14 and then finished with 585 yards in his last 4 games. They wanted that type of production throughout the season. So going into 2019, the word for Derrick Henry, consistency.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Uncorks one for Davis. And this will be caught at the 30. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play, Mariota to Davis. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the red zone now, Mariota. This is caught, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
And that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
This is fielded at the goal line. Fighting down past the 45. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. Got some real estate inside the 30. Touchdown, LA! Todd Gurley, 42 yards. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Charles, big picture for the Titans. That's 3 straight years now at 9-7. And, of course, this past year had the Colts on their home turf with a chance to get into the playoffs. Could not get it done. So a little bit of disappointment going into the offseason.
Certainly. They were number 8 overall on defense. They played better than expectations there. But the offense really struggled, especially in the passing game. Just number 27 in passing in the NFL. They've got to get Marcus Mariota healthy. They've got to get him throwing the football downfield and connecting. And they need to get Derrick Henry going faster in the running game. He came on late, but the early part of the season, not up to par.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. A first down throw for Mariota, eluding the pressure right. He will find Davis on the left side complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there at 22. First down, Mariota. He's got his man Sharp complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Mariota now to throw on first down. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They come out here in the eye. Mariota now on second down. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Michael Pruitt from a yard out. And the Titans are able to strike for 6. So 2nd and goal there from the 1. They go to the air.
And the perfect down to throw the football in this sequence. 2nd down is always kind of the, do they throw it, do they run it? They worked it out to perfection on that one by throwing it into the end zone.
Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, LA! In for the score. And the Rams have tied the game with the extra point to come.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Well, partner, let's look ahead to the NFC Championship game while we got a second. Sunday, 3 Eastern, Rams, Saints. What do you think about that matchup?
I'm loving the matchup, and it's right back at the site where they played in the regular season. And the Saints got out to a 21-point lead, and the Rams reeled them in before the Saints won it by 10 down the stretch. Here's where I think the biggest matchup of the game is. Marcus Peters, corner for the Rams, against Michael Thomas, receiver of the Saints. In the last game, Michael Thomas really got over on him, over 200 yards receiving. And the Saints said that was the game plan to attack Marcus Peters. He vowed it would be different if they met again. Here's his opportunity this Sunday.
A second down throw here for Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
On third down, Mariota. Flush to his right. Now he's going to send this one deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Goff. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yard. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third?
Louis.
From the gun, here's Goff. This is caught, it's Cooks. First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Throwing on third, Goff. Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Gurley, of course, was right in the mix for a rushing title, but missed the final couple weeks of the year and ended up finishing third with 1,251 yards, but did have a league-high 17 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, the first since Sean Alexander in 2003 2004 to lead the NFL in total touchdowns 2 years running. How about 2 years in a row he doesn't get a chance to win a rushing title? This year because of injury, the year before because they rested him in the last game. And the first year he said, it doesn't matter much. This year he admitted he really wants to win one of those rushing titles.
And you know one surprising nugget is that he's the only guy to rush for 1,000 yards in each of the last 2 seasons. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Todd Gurley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Rams add on to their lead. Zuerlein connects Patriots on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Well, as they take the field here for the next drive, let's talk about the AFC Championship game. How excited are you for Mahomes and Brady, Chiefs and Patriots?
I'm very excited because, remember, this is a rematch game, just like in the NFC, where they played in the regular season, but this time the site is different. Regular season, they were in Foxborough, and Tom Brady and the Patriots won late against Kansas City. But how about this? The first quarterback to have a 50-touchdown season, Tom Brady, he's taking on the latest to do so in Patrick Mahomes.
And you've also got the likely MVP in Mahomes against arguably the greatest to do it all time. The storylines here just at the quarterback position are limitless.
Yeah, and remember we said they met in the regular season? It was 43-40. The win for the Patriots in Foxborough, but Kansas City walked out of there vowing revenge.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Mariota. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down. Mariota on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Dancing to his left. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Third and short yardage, Mariota. And that's complete to Lewis. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Mariota now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Here's Mariota. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. And the tight end, Luke Stocker, was the target. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal. Now Mariota. This will be caught at about the 6. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Succop will put this one right through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Rams take the field again here on offense. Last week we touched on it a bit earlier, but defeating Dallas to stay alive in the playoffs. They really handled Dallas, and you said that you thought they did a nice job of taking some of the pressure off Goff and giving it to the running game.
And when you think back to those Rams teams in St. Louis, the so-called greatest teams on turf, they threw the heck out of the football. But in this running game against Dallas, they put up 459 total yards, only 186 of those from the right arm of Jared Goff. That's a franchise playoff record. Let's see if they can follow that same formula in the NFC Championship game in New Orleans.
You mentioned the days on turf in St. Louis. It will be their first NFC Championship game since 2001 when they were in St. Louis. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Rams add on to their lead. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. To throw Mariota. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Well, a reminder to everyone out there, coming up soon, the NFL Club Championship event. Now, there are a handful of those club events that haven't been determined yet, but eventually there will be a representative from each of the 32 NFL teams. It's about $700,000 worth of prize money, and it's all going to take place live on Twitch every day at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, starting January 30th and running through February 2nd. Don't miss it. Being chased out left. And Davis has it over the middle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Throwing is Mariota. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And avoids the contact by sliding. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Second down, Mariota. Flushed out right. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. And incomplete on the deep ball. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
It's in the game.
The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. Fielded about a yard deep. And there he goes again. Touchdown, LA! As his guys are in for 6, and the Rams add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. The second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. One.
Throwing again, Mariota on 2nd and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Goff now looks to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Out of the gun. Goff looking for the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Aaron Donald in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long.
3, 1.
To throw is Mariota. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Here's Brett Kern now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Take it at the 37. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. And after the big play, inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Rams add on to their lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification. That's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. But you said 3 rushing touchdowns. And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
This is taken near the 13. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Out come the Titans now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Mark Barron. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Throwing, Mariota. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Aaron Donald in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Breaks a tackle, eluding the pressure right. Refusing to go down. Got a man right side. It's Sharp. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Mariota. Now he's flushed out right, and he's able to get up here to the 26. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th. Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Back now in Los Angeles. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here we go.
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up fourth down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dante Fowler in there to drop it for a loss of nearly 20 yards.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. On second down, here's Henry. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole, third and long.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Titans on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be third and forever. Mariota now. That's complete to Sharp. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. It's a big play there for Tennessee. 51 yards. So forget about any talk of possible safeties. Here's 1st and 10 clear on the other side of the field. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. zone. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now Mariota. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Mariota now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Mariota to throw it. And the grab made by the tight end Pruitt. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
Flushed out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Samson Ebukam in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. From the gun, Mariota. Going underneath for Lewis. And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Samson Ebukam in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Let's go.
3rd and goal, Mariota. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Let's go.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the young men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner, and just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home, all right? And sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.